We're going to move on to the Dolphins, Cowboys. We have Dolphins, Cowboys. Where is this? Sorry, I'm in a different, broke these games with using the ESPN list, not the Sportsbook review list, so I'm a little bit off here. Dolphins, Cowboys. Cowboys open up 21 or 21 and a half now. This total at 47 or 47 and a half. You know, there's some big spreads with the Cowboys and the Patriots. Huge spreads, and this one is the most appealing to me. At some point, Miami is going to dig in and play with some pride, but I don't see this being the spot. Flores named Fitzpatrick the starter again. The question now, Donnie, is this the worst football team ever? This team looks worse than the 0-16 Lions. This team looks worse than the 0-16 Browns. And it's not just a lack of talent, it's how they've jettisoned these players. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to wear a Dolphins jersey. Not that I have one. Kiko Alonso, Laramie Tunsil, Minka Fitzpatrick. Now, I know Alonso's old, but these are guys, Tunsil and Fitzpatrick, that you can build around. What the hell are they doing? What's going on? What are they thinking? Cowboys have a great defense and their offense is rolling. We know there's going to be no Gallup, but it doesn't kill them. They have other weapons. Cowboys have looked impressive, but the Redskins are not good and the Giants are awful. The Dolphins are not going to help us find out who they are. But I like the Cowboys to cover this spread at home, but I've never taken a minus 21 and a half in my life in NFL and don't know if I could do it here. Donnie, right side, Dolphins, Cowboys.
Yeah, you know what? Look at that. We have two games that we're going to talk about here in just probably, the next couple minutes with the 20-point lines, which is absolutely ridiculous in the NFL. But one I don't think is as ridiculous as the other one. And I'm going to talk about here the Miami Dolphins and a reason to possibly back them. And again, that hook is a big number because when you're talking about, 19 and a half, they're still ridiculous, 20 and a half. But now you're getting, Jimmy, to a point where you're basically asking over 3 touchdowns, which means possibly a 4-touchdown win. And if you're the Dallas Cowboys, you had 2 nice victories in the NFC East. Now you're coming home. Look, these players know the clippings as well. They're coming into this football game going, we're going to run this team right out of the building here. But you're talking about still 21 points, which always leaves that fourth quarter active. Is Zeke Elliott going to be out there grinding the clock when they're up, 28 points with 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter? No. Is Dak Prescott even going to be out there at that point? Is Amari Cooper going to be out there at that point? But who's still going to be trying? That's the Miami Dolphins. But the only problem is the thing that gave me a little bit of caution last week is I wanted to see how the Miami Dolphins would come out against the New England Patriots. Embarrassed week 1 at home against their division rival, not the Patriots division rival, how they would do. And I think it was 13-0 at the half, which they gave it, Jimmy, their best honest effort. They didn't even score and still found themselves down 2 touchdowns. That was kind of tough when you saw the second half where the Patriots just piled it on. The Miami Dolphins quit, and they do get rid of Minka Fitzpatrick. And going back to your original point, I don't know what the Dolphins are to do. I always laugh at situations like this because you know what they're going to do with the pick, Jimmy? They're going to try to get a player as good as Minka Fitzpatrick with that first-round pick they got. Laramie Tunsil goes to Houston. You know what the Miami Dolphins are going to do with that pick? They're going to try to get a player as good as Laramie Tunsil with that pick. So I always get a good laugh at that. But I think this game, if there were to build a case as opposed to which 20-point underdog I'm going to take, I think the Miami Dolphins, at least they have a competent professional quarterback who's not playing well, but at least he knows his way around the NFL. If I'm going to take one of them, it's going to be the Miami Dolphins getting 21 and a half here.
Interesting. Because if I was going to take one of these big favorites between the Cowboys and the Patriots, I would take the Cowboys. But I have not made a move yet, and I'm not comfortable with a 21.5-point favorite. Torino says the Dolphins are like the Browns when they went 0-16. They can't make a big enough number for them. Tony S says Miami's got nothing. Yes, 100% worst team ever. Robert Weimer says just traded away their best defensive secondary player today. Eric Nisbet says Miami has no pride. Straight fade. Alex Ramirez like in Cowboys first half. Oh, man. And Abby Gold said Dolphins haven't quit. They're just a very bad football team.